We're going to talk today, we're going to start today a little bit. It's going to be a few sections, and we're going to talk about shaving. There's a lot of questions lately about shaving, this machine, this fashion, that fashion, with laser, without laser, and so on and so forth. So in order to be able to have a better idea of what's going on, we need to actually learn somewhat the topic of shaving. Remember, we did this years ago. And everybody grew a beard, yeah. Yeah. So the Torah in Parashat Kedoshim writes the following: Lo takifu pe'at roshechem velo tashchit pe'at zekanecha. You should not do hakafat pe'at harosh. La'akif pe'at harosh means don't give yourself a mushroom kind of a thing. Velo tashchit pe'at zekanecha. You should not destroy the facets, the hair on your beard. So we need to, of course, concentrate on what is the realm of hashchata, destruction. It says in the Mishnah in Masechet Makot that in the face of a person there are 5 facets in the area of the beard, which is the upper jaw, lower jaw, right and left, veshibolet hazakan, which is right here, the chin. That's what we're talking about. Which is which is the opinion of the Rambam. Some Rishonim hold that also whatever is under here, there is under your whatever used to be my lower jaw, towards your neck, your garon, is also a part of pe'at zekanecha, that a person should not shave with a razor. Rashi writes, you can look into Rashi and what the Shulchan Aruch writes in terms of that. And Rashi writes, and the Shulchan Aruch writes in Yoreh De'ah in Siman Kuf Pei Aleph. Baal HaChinuch in Mitzvah Resh Nun Bet, and so is most of the Rishonim, that they refer to this prohibition of destroying of your beard or shaving your beard, corresponding with the mitzvah of lo tilchu bechukoteim, not to go in chukot hagoyim, not in other words, not to do something that the nations do, that the goyim do, to be separate from the nations, even by the way we act. And he explains that the way of the priests, the idol worshippers, the priests, during the time of the Torah was to shave the beards, which is very interesting. You would see it in Egypt, when they ran Yosef to the king, the Gilchu Se'arot, they shaved him and so on and so forth. They had to come shaved, which is interesting that for the regular people, they were shaved, completely shaved. However, if you were a pharaoh or pharaohness, even for women who had a position of stature, of power, they will grow an artificial beard that will go like this to show. So there's a certain, you get the drift. And in order to be different than them and to separate from the ways of idol worshipping, the Torah warned us not to imitate their ways, even in the actions that we do and how do we behave and live our lives. If that's what they do, well, that's good for them, but that's not what we do. And there's a tremendous musar here. If you're not able to separate yourself by action from action of other people that are bad, eventually you're going to come and do that action as well, which is going to be idol worshipping. So you got to be different. You got to be different. The Ibn Ezra, or the Ibn Ezra, right? It's Ibn Ezra, Yoter Tov, regarding this pasuk, writes, "Ve'achar she'se'ar harosh ve'azakan," the hair and the beard, "letiferet nivra, ve'en ra'ui la'ashchito." It was created for a reason, and the reason is to glorify a man, to give him a sense of importance. Since it's importance, because to separate between the child and the man, we grow a beard. Not like today, that today the trend is to men and women look like men, and to make men look like women, and all free for all. Then you get what we get. So it's a badge of honor that a person should wear, and as such, You should grow it. In many ancient cultures, it will be a disgrace. Not even ancient, not so long ago. It will be a disgrace for a man not to have a beard or to have a mustache, to show at least that he is able, I guess, to multiply or to be a man. Of course, it's a sign of your testosterone level, right? So you have a beard, you have a mustache, you grow a mustache. In countries like, in the Balkans and even throughout Europe, men always had a mustache. If not a beard, always had a mustache. Things change, and we got completely sidetracked. But, thank God for the hipsters that they grow beards now, We'll be able to be machzir atara leyoshna. It's very interesting. Always I see a guy with a beard, you're looking for a kippah. I say, hey man, this guy doesn't wear a kippah. He's like, yo, beard like this. It's interesting. So, and you might say that the Ibn Ezra refers to what Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha says regarding that Tzduki eunuch was there, that he met him. And it says in Masechet Shabbat, in Daf Kufnum Bet, Amud Aleph, and over there it says Hadrat Panim. What is Hadrat Panim? Hadras Ponim. Hadrat Panim is Zakan. Lehader. Beautiful. The same thing is like a etrog. You can take an etrog. It could be a kasher etrog. No bumps whatsoever. The more bumps, the more hadar. Lehavdil, but men, the bigger the beard, the bigger the honor. Right? So, this is of course is a totally different track to show the uniqueness and the difference between men and women. And the women beautify themselves with the long hair, men beautify themselves with their beard. And this is the chen, the grace of a man. He looks like a man. He doesn't look like a woman. Dude looks like a lady. The Sforno also in that pasuk refers that there are those who hold that the Isu, the prohibition of Ashchatat Zakan, is regarding to Avlut, mourning. The olden days, today, for all those shaved people, when they are in mourning, they grow a beard. The olden days, when you were mourning, you would shave your beard. Marat Se'aro, he used to pull the hair, used to pull the beard, almost like the Native American thing, when they're in mourning, they cut their hair. So when they used to be in mourning, they used to cut their hair. So that's why he says, cutting the hair is a sign of mourning. You should not do it. Rabbeinu Bechaye, on that pasuk, explains, and he explains it in quite length. And the first explanation for him, the reason he brings, he says the ha'isur, the prohibition of shaving your beard, kedei shelo yevatel hasiman, in order for him not to dismiss the sign she'akadosh baruch hu rasham bemin hazachar lehavdilo mimin hanekeva. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave. Call it testosterone, call it whatever you want. A sign to separate men and women. Not saying this is better and that is worse. It's just different. Different. That's why Rav Moshe Feinstein has a beautiful tshuva regarding women who want to put tefillin. And he writes really, the daughters of Rashi did, the daughters of Ben Tam did, and so on and on and on and on and on. However, he writes, if a woman puts her tefillin on, not because she feels connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with such attachment that she must put it on as a sign of attachment to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but rather she puts it on as a sign that there is no difference between men and women. And she does not believe that men and women were created differently. Therefore, it's like Kofer B'Maaseh Bereshit. She doesn't believe in the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created men and women and they were different. And they're both important. They are both important. The main argument against against the way we live our life in terms of Jews, men and women, is that women are inferior, but that really comes from ignorance, complete ignorance, not from knowledge. And that's the bottom line. So when you meet people like this next time, you'll be able to handle situations like this a little bit better and have a little bit more confidence in terms of why are you doing and so on and so forth. Now, and he writes, Ki ha'oseken, the person who did so, hefech Hashem hu oseh. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu does, he does the opposite. How? Kemi shezorea kilayim. The Torah likes things separated, exactly separated. You're making kilayim, you're making shatnez, you're grafting things. Men need to look like men, women need to look like women. Uvechol ma she'asa b'maaseh bereshit, katav b'hem leminehu. Whatever he create in creation, the Torah says leminehu, to each specific species. Another reason he writes, the 5 facets of the man has on his beard correspond with the 5 senses of his body. And if chas v'shalom, a person would destroy those 5 facets, the hair that comes on those 5 facets, that might come and directly affect his senses as well, and therefore a complete destruction, that is using a razor, is asur. However, cutting the beard, trimming the beard with tools in which you are allowed to, is okay. He's okay. He continues and brings a different reason according to the Kabbalah. And if you want to look over there for Kabbalah, this is not Kabbalah lesson now. You can look at this phone on Peat Zekanech. I'm not doing all the work here for you guys. The Ari, the Kabbalah said something else, but if you want to look, there's another reason. One more opinion for that is the Sefer Panim Meirot mentions a little bit about the Kabbalah, and according to the Ari in Shara Kavanot, it says, Yadua shesa'arot hazakan meramzot letzinorat shefa mesuyamim. The hair of the beard correspond with a certain vessels of abundance which comes down from to the world. And if a person destroy them, could be that those tzinorot shefa, those pipes, those vessels of abundance, which are specially designed for you, for your mazal, for your thing, will be destroyed, and that's why people did not shave them. Of course, there's a little bit of somewhat of a machloket between the Kabbalah and the Halacha, and we're not getting into this. We're not getting into this now. Tomorrow, Bezot Hashem, Belina, if not tomorrow, the next day, we're going to talk about a little bit about shaving machines. Have a great day.